Welcome everyone to a new episode of Steel and Whiskey. We've been absent for a while, have a lot going on, but we're back again. I have a pretty special guest with me here today to kick off our Steel and Whiskey podcast again. I have Eduardo. Forgive me. You go ahead and pronounce your last name because I don't want to butcher it for everybody off right off the bat.
Eduardo Lazzarotto.
Lazzarotto. Perfect. Okay. And Eduardo and I have some whiskey here. So always got to have whiskey in hand when you're recording the podcast here, the Steel and Whiskey. So we got a little monkey shoulder today. Nothing too crazy, something we had on hand. So we thought it would both be good. I mean, pretty good stuff. So
Yes.
cheers. So Eduardo is fairly new to the Allplan company here. How long have you been with Allplan now?
So I joined in the beginning of October, which puts me at about 4 months and a half with the company. So relatively new indeed.
Okay, very good. Yep. No, we're happy to have you. It's been great so far. And what's your official title then with Allplan?
So I'm the Senior Vice President of Product and Strategy.
Very good. And that is across all Allplan products, correct? So the AEC architecture, and then that includes SDS2 as well.
Exactly.
Right? Yep. Very good. So what's your background? What makes you qualified for that position, I guess?
That's a good question. So, I mean, going back in time, let me start from the last experience, maybe probably the one more related to Allplan and of course to SDS2. So over the last couple of years, about 7 years, I have been working with Bentley Systems, one of the large AEC software providers around the world, and of course huge here in the US as well. And my last position there, I was running product management for MicroStation, the flagship product from the company, and the platform that they use to build their products, mostly modeling products. Before that, for a couple of years, I also ran the buildings division of the company. So all of the modeling, also detailing, construction planning solutions for buildings that the company had. And before that, I was actually acquired. So I was part of a company that has been acquired by Bentley. There was a simulation company that did people movement simulation. So evacuations of stadiums, airports, train stations, and mostly involved in infrastructure, but infrastructure that always gets a lot of people, like the big stadiums, like we just had the Super Bowl last couple of days. That would be our customer. So, and before that, I worked with London Underground in London, the metro operator. Before that, I worked always in infrastructure, mostly railways. Back in Latin America, in Brazil, I was working for the largest railway owner operator there, mostly in infrastructure projects, and that's how I ended up later on coming to the UK. I live in London in the UK for the past 15 years, and then ended up working with London Underground and later on with Bentley.
Okay, very good.
Bit of a long story. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's great. So yeah, you've got a good history, some good experience under your belt. Obviously, we're not in London today. We are actually in Lincoln, Nebraska. So it's been kind of a marathon of meetings amongst the product managers for Allplan and SDS2. So got a lot done, a lot accomplished today. It's been a very productive week and long week. So now we get to sit and relax and enjoy a little bit of whiskey, right? So yeah, it's very good. So I'm curious then, what attracted you to Allplan? What got you excited about the Allplan company, the Allplan products, made you decide to make that jump over to Allplan?
That's a great question. I think first honest answer is that I met some great people, right? Our CEO, Mr. Detlef, Dr. Detlef Schneider, reached out and said like, "Hey, can we have a chat?" And we had a conversation, talked a little bit about the challenges of the company, where we are growing. Of course, talked a little bit about the different products that we have and how diversified our portfolio is, which is a great attractive, or was one of the great reasons for me to actually have more conversations, meet the rest of the team as well. But for sure, it was the opportunity, right? I think Allplan is a great company, has been in the market for a long time. However, it has been, of course, very, very centered in some specific markets, particularly architecture, and of course, a lot of construction and structural engineering as well, mostly in Europe. And we believe there is a huge opportunity for us to take that great product outside of Europe, right? Bring that to the US, take that to Southeast Asia, to other parts of the world. And of course, we also have teams like the SDS2 team here in the US, where we have exactly the same challenge. Hey, how do we take that outside of the US? How do we go into the United Kingdom, into the rest of Europe, into Asia, and share with those guys how detailing steel really works?
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the things I very much appreciate in the short time that I've known you is just the goals are very lofty. It seems daunting at times. However, everything comes with challenges, so I really appreciate those lofty goals. It'll be fun, it'll be challenging, and yeah, hopefully we'll do some good. So, tell me a little bit about maybe your vision. Where do you think the software world is going, especially in the AEC space? Where do you see the software in 5, 10, 20 years? Like what are the trends? I mean,
wow, that's a great question, right? I think predicting the future is always challenging, right? And particularly over the past couple of years where we're stacking up loads of innovation, and the AC industry that for many decades was a little bit stagnant or very slow to move. We're getting to this place where we are actually starting to move very fast and be part of the digital revolution, as some people call, or the fourth industrial revolution, and being the core of the delivery of some of the challenges that we have in the world today. I mean, if we look at the big world challenges over the next couple of years, of course, one of them is how do we decarbonize our economy, right? How do we change our industry? Not only AC industry, of course, all industries, but particularly the AC industry. How do we build better, right? How do we build with less materials, saving money, reducing carbon footprint, and delivering safer and better environments for ultimately for people, right?
Yeah.
For the whole world.
Yeah.
And I believe most of us are learning, most of us as software developers, but also most of our customers, that the best or even maybe the only way for us to get there is by using all of the data that we have, right? Is being able to find that data, give access to that data to the right people at the right time, the right place for the right project, making sure that we can use that data to learn about our processes, make sure that we use it to help automate some of those steps, right? So if you ask me short term where we're going, look, there are great parts of our products, of course, over the years. Many people, I had a chance to meet many of our customers over the past couple of weeks and months. But many people love what they do every day with our software. But hey, let's be honest, there are some parts that are a little bit repetitive that people don't necessarily like doing every day. And it's very likely that we will continue automating those steps, right? And that automation comes from both understanding the industry, which is a huge strength from the SDS2 team here in Lincoln, but also a huge strength from our Allplan AC and our Allplan Bridge teams, because they came from the industry, right?
Yep.
Many of the guys here came from the steel detailing, both from fabricators or from architectural firms or from the construction firms, and they know the workflows,
Yeah.
right? They have used the product. So some of the automation comes from there, right? It's us going and writing code to help the customer or the user on saving time to do that. And some of it comes from the data that we collect and that we work together with customers to identify the best ways to deliver it. So that is short term. Of course, next couple of months and years, it's a big trend. It's something that will continue happening. When within our world of Allplan, of course, what we want to do is to bring more and more steel into our core beam modeling workflows, right? So bring still detailing closer to architects and to structural engineers, enable them to save time, communicate better, deliver those projects better and more efficiently. It's definitely a big challenge, but it's a challenge that we are very happy to take on board. And then thinking about, hey, 5 years from now or 10 years from now, there are many different trends, some of them not so clear. We could talk about the metaverse. How do we bring visualization together with web-based workflows, data processing, and machine learning or artificial intelligence workflows? How do we convert those concepts into digital twins of buildings and assets? And how do we accelerate or improve the operation of those assets? All of those are trends that are rapidly evolving, right, over the past couple of years. And from our side, of course, we want to give the most value out of those trends to our customers, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean saying the buzzword, hey, we are now part of the metaverse. It means much more giving them things that they can use and get value out of today, like visualization workflows, powerful visualization where they can go and show what they're working on, convince people, have a nice VR, for example, experience with their projects, learn and even project the construction of those steel connections or precast connections or all the other components of a building using very convincing, very interactive communication ways with their stakeholders.
Yes. Very good. Well, I feel like you're doing all the talking, and you're not really getting a chance to drink your whiskey here and enjoy your whiskey. That's okay. You know what? I'll give you a little break. We can take a sip, and we'll keep going here. So, no, it's like I said, it's been a lot of fun already in the short time I've known you. So, kind of got some views about where you see trends. What brought you to Allplan, a little bit of your kind of professional background, but who is Eduardo the person? Where you from? What give me a little bit. It doesn't have to be the long version. It could be short version. That's all right. I want to give you a chance to drink your whiskey here also. So yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of you as a person.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm a little bit of a mix, or a lot of a mix. My parents came from Europe. Dad is Italian, mom is Portuguese. I was born and raised in Brazil. I have been living in the UK for 15 years. So a little bit of everything. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you ask me, like, hey, it really depends on the topic. Football, I'm Brazilian for sure. I still support Brazil. Well, sorry, soccer.
So you prefer soccer over NFL football in the Super Bowl that was just a few days ago, right?
Absolutely.
Well, okay,
absolutely.
Were you rooting for anybody specific in the Super Bowl, or you were neutral?
That is tough for me to make a statement because I'm sure some people might be upset. It was a very nice match, though, even though I don't understand too much about the rules. Game. Very good. Very good. It was great. I mean, I was trying to understand, but I know that it was very last minute. Like, it was both teams were really going for it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game.
So you've lived a few different places across the world. How many languages do you speak?
So Spanish, Portuguese, English, Italian, and I used to speak. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I used to speak Italian with my dad when I was a child.
Okay. That's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I speak one. I've been working on a little bit of Spanish, but it's pretty slow. So I'm just beginner stage. I didn't
order a beer.
I did not do good in high school in Spanish. They should have just failed me at that point and called it a day. So no, that's good. So what we were talking about the glasses. So everybody probably saw the glasses, and it obviously doesn't say Allplan. So design data. We've got some old glasses laying around, right? We were a privately held company just a few years back. Well, about 7 years back now. It's been a while. So if you notice the glasses, those are leftovers from way back in the old days. Obviously, we're we're all, I'm definitely all in on the Allplan culture and bought into all of that stuff. So I know for our customers, it's always seems kind of like a whirlwind and that type of thing. So there's always some questions with acquisitions and mergers and things like that. But so I've been around a while. A lot of people listening to the podcast are gonna know who I am, and I can tell everybody that, like I said, I'm bought into it. I like what I see. I like what I experience. All the things that I hear. So it's a great relationship already. So really appreciate that. But um, I what else you got? You got any jokes for us? Like, are there any clean jokes or anything you can say on air?
Come on. I didn't prepare for this one.
Well, this is what I told you the other day. It was just going to be off script.
I didn't prepare for any of the questions.
Yeah, no, that's how I get to know the real Eduardo, right? It's all off script. So.
I'm horrible with jokes. I'm horrible with jokes. That's a tough one. I would have to think. I don't remember. There you go. It's something about me. I'm not very good at
okay. Well,
comedy.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting to know the real Eduardo, exactly. Like I said. So that's fine. I just got to ask the question. So, I know just from the SDS2 side, again, we're all playing. We've been talking about this. We're all one company now. We're all on the same team. SDS2 still exists as that product. So, I know we've got a number of different events coming up, industry events and things like that we're going to be attending. So we have NASCC, the North American Steel Construction Conference, coming up in April. That's always a big event for us. So love to go to that event and see all of our customers and interact, see what other people in the industry are doing, things like that. That's really great. Will anybody get a chance to meet you in person at any of these upcoming events, like NASCC or our summit in the fall? You think you'd be able to? I know you live in London. I know it's a long trip, so I got to ask. But think you'd be able to get to any of those? And
look, absolutely.
Yeah.
I arrived in Lincoln on Saturday, so I managed to go and take a look around, meet some people, went out for food. First impression, everyone has been super warm. From the taxi driver to everyone in the restaurant, people on the street saying good morning, hello. And I was like, in London, that doesn't happen. So that was super fun.
I think they call that Midwest nice, or Midwest hospitality. Yeah. So.
But the office here is great. The team is great. So absolutely, I'll make my best effort to come on for both events. If not for the NASCC, for sure for the event later on in the year. Gotta come play. How do you call it again? The corn in the hole.
Oh, well, depends on who you talk to. It could be cornhole, bags. There's a number of different names for it, and everybody has different rules also. So I hate to tell everybody this, but we got our butts kicked last night.
Oh, come on, we were almost winning.
We were almost winning, and somebody just happened to sink all four in one round and kicked our butts at that point. So I thought we were on our way to a win.
Exactly.
We were 5 points away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Eagles were feeling the same.
Exactly. Well, yeah, they had a lead just like we did, and except for the refs kind of helped.
Okay, no comments here. No comments here.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, I don't like that. I guess I'm getting pretty low here on my whiskey. What did you think? We always got to comment on the whiskey, so it was a monkey shoulder. I show everybody. I got the bottle sitting right here. So monkey shoulder. What'd you think? Is it pretty good?
It's pretty good whiskey. Yeah. It's a pretty good whiskey. I have to extend the invite here to you, David, and to the rest of the team, and to any customers that are ever in the UK. Please bring me. Yeah. Let's go to the Highlands and have a single malt there.
Are you a big whiskey drinker?
I'm a huge fan.
You like whiskey? Okay, I wasn't sure if beer, whiskey depends on where you're at, personality, all that.
I'm a big fan. I'm sure if I was Scottish, I'm sure or my Scottish friends would say, oh, this is not whiskey, single malt is whiskey, and so on. But hey, it's a great whiskey.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Very good, very good. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up at this point here. So, glad to be back with the Steel and Whiskey. We've switched offices. We've been doing a lot of working with the new Allplan team. So just been a ton of stuff going on that we haven't been able to get a lot of episodes out there for everybody. But we're glad to be back. Happy to be back. Keep an eye out. I know we're doing some special guests for Women in Construction Week coming up here soon. So that'll be exciting. We got NASCC coming up. That'll be exciting. I'm sure we'll have a chance to, come back, give you guys feedback, let everybody kind of know what we saw at the big North American Steel Construction Show. And love to see everybody at all the events that we attend, and love to hear from all of our customers. Anybody out there listening to that, please reach out to us, and happy to chat with anybody anytime. So any last words? Or
Well, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for the whiskey and for the questions and for the warm welcome here in Lincoln. And looking forward to meeting everyone.
Absolutely. So cheers.
Yes.
Thank you.